Hello, Mr. Seeley. This is Elijah Freestone, and this is my Milestone One update for Client Contact Pro. This week went fairly well, although I did get a little bit behind. There was a couple of small features that I wasn't able to add yet, but I'll get to them in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and start the demo here just so we can get it going. My Droided screen is being a little bit laggy, so please bear with me with that. I will try and not get too far ahead of what is being displayed. But anyway, so the Client Contact Pro, I do have my login completely set up. I've already logged in once, so that it's pre-filled because I had auto log checked. But I do have Create New, which produces a dialog box where you can put in your name, email, app key, and then the password, as well as confirm password. The only three that are required on this at the moment are email and then the two passwords. It does double check that the password is correct before it'll even let it save to the shared preferences. I do also have this completely rewriting the shared preferences, so it'll only hold a single login at a time. I didn't want to put a whole lot of logic into this just because I know it's going to be moved to a server-side login and authentication in the very near future. So I didn't want to waste a whole lot of time doing this, but I did want to implement something to show how the functionality is going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel and just hit sign in, and it'll take me straight to the client's list view. This is using a simple adapter. I do plan on eventually replacing that with a custom adapter, but at the moment a simple adapter does serve the needs well, and it is actually being fed from a JSON array, or a JSON object actually, inside my strings, or inside a strings XML file. And then it's also, the appointments are also being fed from that same JSON file. However, I'm sorting out all the entries that have no current appointment, and then it also goes into a new list view because it's appointment first as opposed to client first. And unfortunately, it doesn't sort by date as of yet, but these are just strings that are put into it, so that functionality will come as part of next week's, which was actually as planned. So selecting an appointment will take you to a appointment details view. It's currently obviously statically filled in, but that will add in all of the client details. Pressing the plus sign from the screen will take you to a new appointment field, which will take the client details you're coming from and pre-fill those in. If you select edit details, it will then change those into edit text. That functionality is not included yet. That will be included next week. But this is one of the features that I have not included that I was planning on getting done this week, and that would be the custom action bar that will include the save or cancel buttons that will replace the action bar that's currently at the top right now. Unfortunately, I just ran out of time, so I wasn't able to implement that for the new appointment or the new client, which I'm going to go ahead and get to the client's details, or actually get back to the list views, and then the plus button will then take me to a new client screen as opposed to the new appointment screen. Again, the custom action bar is also supposed to be included with this one. Unfortunately, I just didn't have time to implement that yet this week, so we'll unfortunately have to be bumped into next week. But I do have at least a general idea of how I will be implementing that. I unfortunately just didn't even have enough time to try this week. I ran into some issues with the tab controller. It didn't quite act the way I was expecting it to with my list views, specifically the view pager. So I did have to kind of finagle that a little bit and ended up wasting a bit of time doing so. Another thing that also wasn't included in this application would actually be I'm going to be implementing a full custom subview to add the cancel button so that you can get into the cancel screen, which I unfortunately wasn't able to get that added in either, or build the cancel screen. The screen itself will be fairly simple, as well as actually adding the subview. Unfortunately, timing was just not really on my side after the issues I had with the tab controller. So those will also have to be bumped into the Milestone 2. But again, I do have a pretty good plan as to how those will work, so that shouldn't be a problem adding those on to what I have for next week anyways. I guess that's about it. This has been Milestone One, and my name is Elijah Freestone. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.